Catechism of the Catholic Church, Life in Christ, the fourth commandment following. The political community and the Church, number 2244. Every institution is inspired, at least implicitly, by a vision of man and his destiny, from which it derives the point of reference for its judgment, its hierarchy of values, its line of conduct. Most societies have formed their institutions in the recognition of a certain preeminence of man over things. Only the divinely revealed religion has clearly recognized man's origin and destiny in God, the Creator and Redeemer. The Church invites political authorities to measure their judgments and decisions against this inspired truth about God and man. Societies not recognizing this vision or rejecting it in the name of their independence from God are brought to seek their criteria and goal in themselves or to borrow them from some ideology. Since they do not admit that one can defend an objective criterion of good and evil, they arrogate to themselves an explicit or implicit totalitarian power over man and his destiny, as history shows. The Church, because of her commission and competence, is not to be confused in any way with the political community. She is both the sign and the safeguard of the transcendent character of the human person. The Church respects and encourages the political freedom and responsibility of the citizen. It is a part of the Church's mission to pass moral judgments even in matters related to politics whenever the fundamental rights of man or the salvation of souls requires it. The only means she may use are those which are in accord with the gospel and the welfare of all men according to the diversity of times and circumstances. In brief, honor your father and your mother. Deuteronomy chapter 5 verse 16, Mark chapter 7 verse 10. According to the fourth commandment, God has willed that after him we should honor our parents and those whom he has vested with authority for our good. The conjugal community is established upon the covenant and consent of the spouses. Marriage and family are ordered to the good of the spouses, to the procreation and the education of children. The well-being of the individual person and of both human and Christian society is closely bound up with a healthy state of conjugal and family life. Children owe their parents respect, gratitude, just obedience, and assistance. Filial respect fosters harmony in all of family life. Parents have the first responsibility for the education of their children in the faith, prayer, and all the virtues. They have the duty to provide as far as possible for the physical and spiritual needs of their children. Parents should respect and encourage their children's vocations. They should remember and teach that the first calling of the Christian is to follow Jesus. Public authority is obliged to respect the fundamental rights of the human person and the conditions for the exercise of his freedom. It is the duty of citizens to work with civil authority for building up society in a spirit of truth, justice, solidarity, and freedom. Citizens are obliged in conscience not to follow the directives of civil authorities when they are contrary to the demands of the moral order. We must obey God rather than men. Acts chapter 5 verse 29. Every society's judgments and conduct reflect a vision of man and his destiny. Without the light, the gospel sheds on God and man, societies easily become totalitarian.